Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, salam bahagia dan selamat sejahtera. Good morning and very straightforward, welcome to this 2024 National Education and Learning Summit. I'm deeply honored and privileged to welcome first YB or Yang Berhormat Wong Kar-Wah. He is coming from the silver state of Malaysia. So he brings in a lot of luster and dignity to this conference. Welcome, sir. And he also is from the constituency of Larut and Matang, another historical area. And of course, he represents an important town there, Taiping, which means peace forever. We don't want to talk about the Gihins and the Haisats, they were fighting. But we bring in the peace. So he represents the constituency where there is peace forever. And Tan Sri Michael, the president and CEO of KSI, who is with us, and the brain behind this whole summit. And Yang Berusaha, assistant professor, I asked him when the printed name says Ilham Sojlan Mohan, hey brother, what does your name mean? He says that the National Registration Department, sometimes the policeman, the ejaan yang buat itu tak tepat. Actually is Ilan Cholan, the Cholan of the historical era. The Raja Cholan and the Chulias and the Cholas and so on. Ilan means young. Ilan Cholan Mohan. So I will pronounce him as Ilan Cholan Mohan, who represents the NAPE, the National Association of Private Colleges and Universities. And we also have another collaborator for this morning. That is the Malaysian Association for the Private Colleges and Universities, MAPCU, MAPCU, and we have Mr. Mohan here with us. I think his president will be joining us in due course. So what am I to say at this welcome address in terms of opening this? Education, we all know, you know, in fact, much better than I do. Although the MC was very kind to use the word learned Mohamed Iqbal. I don't know whether I'm learned or not, but he uses the word. But basically, we are talking about human resources and human capital. These are the days when your financial capital reflected in your balance sheet or the profit and loss statement does not reflect truly your wealth in the organization or in the institution. The human capital becomes the essence. Who are the people leading your organizations? Who are the people who are driving your organizations? Who are the people who are supporting you in the organization? Simply say the kepala, the brain, the kaki, and the tangan. The kaki and the tangan and the kepala integrated together in one whole sum is what makes the human capital. And the government is very much involved in this. And I want to pay a big tribute to the Ministry of Education, represented by the Minister of Education. On his behalf, the YB Deputy Minister is with us. I don't want to go deep into it. The learning is now continuous. It's no longer You go to the university, you go to the school, you go to the university, learn already, and that is the end of the story. It is a continuous process. Skills, acquisitions, upscaling of the skills, and then reskilling and new skills. A lot of new skills continue to talk, and this was the area that we are talking about. I was a teacher about 50 years ago in the Ministry of Education. When I started, this is way back in 1965, when I started a program called Audio Visual Aid for the schools. What are you talking about audio visual aid? We are prepared for chalk and talk, or talk and chalk. There is a blackboard and there is a chalk, that's all. There is no audio visual aids. Today you have got the whole spectrum of technology that is available for you to deal with. And that is the challenge in the learning process and also in the teaching process, and in order to beef up. The presence of NAPE in Mapchum gives us an encouragement in large numbers. In other words, over nearly 1 decade or so, you have been with us in this program, and I'm told no less than about 7 vice chancellors are present in this conference in order to further enhance the output and understanding. And thank you very much for your participation in this. Now, I want to give a little bit of a tribute when it comes to education to the Madani government under Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, who is also the finance minister. And Mr. Wong is with us. And just now at the holding lounge, we did mention, and I said I have made a note of this. The federal budget, the Madani budget 2024, the second in the series, gave the country 58.7 billion for education. This is the largest that has been done for the country. So let us give them a big applause for this amount. Now, that is not the only one. In addition, you'll find that 16.3 billion was allocated for the higher education, and a total, therefore, of 75 billion allocated. And 75 billion is actually 19%, almost 20% of the 393 billion total budget. And out of this budget, the emphasis, because of the need and the emphasis that has been given for TVET, STEM, and related education, another 6.8 billion specially was allocated to beef up the TVET and related STEM education. This shows the direction in which education is moving, and we want to make sure KSI and the affiliated organizations will be strongly supporting you in this exercise. Now, this morning, I had 2 bright young persons who said that, please give us an introduction to YB. What is the pitch that you want to make? They say, we want to bring the drone technology to the schools. And they have made it, and then YB was receptive to it. Now, why I say this drone technology, let me start with the latest and go to the earlier part, just briefly. Everybody knew about what is happening in the Israel-Iran tit-for-tat war. The war is no longer soldiers fighting, is no longer tanks fighting. It is no longer aircrafts fighting. It is all drone technology. Drones flying, targeting precise targets. In other words, the drones have gone into warfare. Do we want to prepare these people, our children, for this warfare? Definitely no. But we cannot ignore the application of this technology in the contemporary world. Drone technology is now available for distribution. Drone technology is available for the purposes of watering and putting baja or fertilizers for the agricultural productions. Drone is now everywhere and anywhere. What I'm saying is that in the development of these, children will have to be imbued with this interest into this area, not only in the drone, but generally into the TVET skills and STEM-based, and therefore that will be the progress that we want to, and I hope some aspects of this would be discussed during this great summit for education and learning. With that, one more time, I want to tell YB Wongkakwo for giving us this opportunity to come to here and address you and give us more encouragement so that the universities, private or public, and all educational institutions would be able to support the education process in the country for the betterment in the future to come. Thank you very much.